This is Ryan Elliott from Boxing Social in association with Betfred. Delighted to be joined by Jay Quigley today. Jay, thank you very much for taking the time to speak to me. How are you, my friend?
I'm all good. Thanks for having me on, giving me something to do during this lockdown.
It works both ways. You're giving me something to do as well, Jay. So thank you for joining me. Have you been managing to keep busy during this time? Talk to me about what sort of things you've been doing to stay active.
Yeah, it's been, to be honest, at the very, very start of it all, I didn't really do a whole lot. I did a lot of more DIY stuff around the house and out in the garden and everything like that there. I knew that this wasn't going to be a short-lived thing. So I didn't want to jump on the bandwagon of everybody putting the punch bag up wherever they could get it up and starting to train every single day, because I knew that I had fights coming up and fights planned and everything like that, and it was going to be probably at the end of the summer before we could get back in the ring and get back fighting. So I didn't want to burn myself out and go hell for leather. So I kept occupied in different things, tried my hand at painting the fence and power washing and different things like that there, and got the garden and everything tidied up. So I've a few accomplishments done throughout the lockdown.
Karate Kid style, Jay. Love to hear it. Now, how much have you been speaking to Andy Lee during lockdown? I know you probably haven't been able to spend any time in the gym together, given the way things are. But how regular is that contact?
Yeah, we've been keeping in touch every week and just seeing how things are going, because at the end of the day, every week, every day, things are changing, things are shortening, things are starting to open up a little bit more. So we've been just playing it by ear and keeping in touch with things, and I've been doing all my training that Andy's been sending me up, and just keeping on top of things, and staying ready now to whenever we can hook back up again and get ready for the next one.
Now, last time I saw you in Dublin, we were speaking about you potentially fighting in May against Jack Cullen. That's obviously been pushed back for quite clear reasons. But do you think you'll have the benefit of, when you are eventually able to get back in the gym with Andy, having that little bit more time with him still to keep working on things and keep improving before you go back in the ring?
Yeah, 100%. There's positives to take out of everything, and I've been working on a lot of things myself during lockdown, you know what I mean? So things that me and Andy have been working on, I've been keeping that in mind whenever I'm in the gym here, or whenever I'm in the garage in the punch bag, we could say. So I've been keeping all those things in mind, working and just trying to perfect the simple little things. I've not been, trying to bring in mad styles or different punches or anything like that there. I've been practicing and trying to perfect the simple things, and been improving in my game as much as I possibly can. And now we're just staying ready. We're staying. I'm at a level now. My weight's good. My fitness is good. All I need right now is just some sparring to sharpen me up, and all you need is 5-6 weeks before a fight, and we'll be ready to rock and roll.
We were talking about that Jack Cullen fight for May 2nd. It was. Do you think that fight's still likely for when things get going? And do you think that could be a fight maybe for Eddie Hearn's fight camp sort of idea that he's proposed for the summer, maybe?
Yeah, 100%. Eddie has mentioned it. I've been talking to my team. We're all game for it. We're all ready for that. And, I'm pretty positive that is going to be my next fight against Jack Cullen over in Eddie Hearn's backyard.
Now, with Jack himself, you do end up facing Jack Cullen. He's been in his fair share of exciting fights. He's obviously very sizable for the weight as well. What do you expect him to bring? How would you expect the fight to sort of play out between yourselves?
Yeah, Jack's he's a great fighter. He's a tall, big long arms, big long frame, everything like that there. He's a good fighter. He likes to box sometimes. He likes to get into a war sometimes. So it can be a very interesting fight. So it could. To be honest, with all my opponents, I don't really worry too much about them. I just get into the ring and make sure that I'm 110% ready, mentally and physically, for the task that's ahead of me, and be confident in coming out the winner.
Now, you've been in the sort of Irish boxing news a little bit for things related to Luke Keeler. Luke Keeler sort of called your name out and said that's a fight he'd love to see. What did you make of that when you read that? I saw a bit of your response, but what did you make of it?
Yeah, that's I think that's a massive Irish fight that can happen, and that's a fight that I think that needs to be not behind closed doors. That's a fight that the country deserves Do you know what I mean? The country deserves that fight to be held and to pack out an arena, a stadium, whatever it is. I think that there's a fight that will be very, very interesting for the Irish fans, the Irish public, and of course the UK ones as well. That'll more than happily fly over for that fight. But I think that's a great fight. I think that it will happen and it should happen. But I think we need to have the arenas open and we need to pack it up to the roof.
You mentioned that's a huge fight for Irish boxing. Do you think that fight would have to be in Dublin?
Yeah, but we all know the circumstances surrounding the whole fighting professionally in Dublin. I think that it has, caused its barriers, and it has starved a lot of good Irish loyal boxing fans as last few years now. And I think that's a fight if things can turn a corner, that's a fight that should happen in the Republic of Ireland.
Let's talk about Irish boxing while we're here. Obviously, you've got the likes of yourself, Katie Taylor's flying. There's a lot of great young fighters as well. You work alongside Paddy Donovan. I spoke to the McKenna brothers the other day. How exciting a time is this for Irish boxing? It just seems to be growing and growing from the ground up at the minute.
One of the best things about such a difficult time like everyone's going through right now is sport can bring massive highs, massive happiness, massive excitement, massive atmosphere back into the world again, back into the country that you're from. And I think that there's no better place than Ireland, with the fighters that we have right now, with the support that we have, the fans that we have. I think that boxing is going to be the saviour of this difficult time, and I think that it's going to bring the hopes up of everybody once everything starts kicking off again, because we have some serious talent coming through. Like you've named them yourself, Paddy Donovan, Katie Taylor, the McKenna brothers. There's some serious talent coming through Irish boxing right now, and it's exciting times for all these fighters. It's exciting times for Ireland, and once everything kicks off, it'll give people something to look forward to.
Now, Jay, before we come on to other fighters and other fights, I want to get your thoughts on. You mentioned it's difficult times. I think it's important we touch on something. The events we've seen in America, you spent a lot of time out there. You spent a lot of time in LA. What do you make of what we're seeing in that part of the world right now, Jay?
It's crazy, only yesterday I really got a glimpse to what it really was. Tony Jeffries, a friend of mine, I train in his gym whenever I'm over there, had a video of him just driving through Santa Monica. Like that was where I lived, and people are just smashing windows, going in, stealing stuff out of the shops, and it's crazy. Like, and I seen as well Goosen's gym over in LA as well. I seen like they had a video up, and he says anybody comes near, and I think he has a few barber shops and things like that there. He says anybody comes near my businesses, he's sitting with a gun. He says we're going to start shooting. I don't know if that was a joke, but if it was a joke, even like that's dangerous times. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, we're waiting for this to kick off. Like, we know America can be pretty crazy at times, not in difficult times like this. People can lash out over there because of their access to guns and weapons and everything like that. So it's a really sad time, because LA is such a beautiful place, and it's not only LA. Like it's happening all across America, and America is such a great country. It's such a massive country, and like it has such an effect on the world. No matter what it does, like America is always held up there, and no matter what they get themselves involved in, and to see things happening like that now over there, it really is sad times. And the video that Tony Jeffries put up yesterday really hit home with me. Like, and I would probably be scared to be living there right now, like especially if I had family there or anything like that. But it's really, really difficult times, and I think that I don't know, is this going to get any worse or is it going to get better? I think that it probably will get worse before it's going to get better, and the problem with that is I think that a few lives could be taken, innocent lives could be taken before this gets better, and that's the whole sadness of it all.
Oh, Jay, that's very powerful words. I'll take it back to boxing now. One fight that's been mentioned with yourself, the Munguia fight, it seems a makeable fight given the sort of golden boy connection. In your mind, is that a fight that you're working towards here? That's a realistic fight for the coming sort of 12 months?
Yeah, 100%. I want that Jimmy Munguia fight possibly in the next 6 months. I want to get in there. I want to get in with the likes of Jimmy Munguia. I want to get in there, beat him, prove myself, and go on to fight for that world title and become world champion. And that's exactly what I want to do. That's exactly what I will do. And for right now, I can't look past my possible next fight in Jack Cullen. I know and have the aims and where I want to go to, and that's to become world champion, to be the best that I can be. But as of right now, Jack Cullen is going to probably most likely be the lad in my way to becoming world champion. So I got to get in there, take him out of there, and then I'm going straight for Jimmy Munguia. Any of those big names now out there that's going to get me into that world title position.
Found it interesting you said before, Jay, that you don't so much worry about the strengths of your opponent or anything like that. And you seem being in a good place mentally, with a lot of self-belief going forward in this important stage of your career. Seems like you're up with that and sort of getting back on track with a couple of wins as well. How good a place mentally are you in right now, going ahead for this world title push you may have coming up?
Yeah, I think boxing through time really strengthens you mentally in a way, because it's either going to break you or strengthen you. And I've been through a lot of stuff in my boxing career. I have been to America, I've been back from America, I've been to Sheffield, I've been out injured, I've been just climbing right to the top of my career and then get an injury and have to take a few steps back. Had my first professional defeat, took a few steps back, and now I'm back on the climbing path again. And at the end of the day, look, it's very simple. You either have what it takes or you don't have what it takes to become the best. I believe that I have what it takes to become world champion. If I didn't believe that, then I wouldn't be as confident as I am in myself. And I would be worrying about the other lads that I'm fighting. Whereas I know if I get into that ring, do my absolute best, train to the best I can, any man that beats me, I'm going to hold my hands up and say congratulations. But it's going to take one hell of an operator to beat me when I'm on song. Whenever I get into that ring, fully mentally, physically prepared, I know that I can beat anyone out there in the middleweight division right now.
When you envisage it, what remains the ultimate goal for you? I know you're working towards becoming world champion. Is it to maybe bring a world title back to Ireland one day and defend it there? What sits as your ultimate dream when you think about it?
Whenever I think about boxing and thinking about the way that I would like to walk away from the sport, is I would love to become world champion, and I would love to go back and defend that world title in McCool Park in Donegal, Ballybofey, in my hometown. I think that would be something very, very special. It's something that I want to make possible, and there's a few stepping stones to getting there, and that's one of my goals, and that's one of my drives to becoming what I want to become.
Now, Jay, I just wanted to get your thoughts on a couple potential fights in and around you. I appreciate there's not actually a lot of movement in the middleweight division right now, but one fight that appeared to be incredibly close before lockdown and could still happen post-lockdown. Liam Williams has had a bit of a resurgence at middleweight. He sort of looks in line to face Demetrius Andrade. As I mentioned, Liam Williams is on this great run. He seems rejuvenated with Dominic Ingle. How much of a chance do you give him against someone like Demetrius Andrade, though?
Yeah, I think that's going to be it'll be a great fight. I think that Liam Williams can give Demetrius Andrade one of his toughest fights to date. I think Demetrius Andrade is a great fighter. He's a good boxer, and he's going to try his best to keep Liam Williams out of getting inside with him, roughing him up, and letting his shots go. And the way that I think that fight pans out is Liam Williams tries to get inside, tries to land his shots, tries to rough Demetrius up a little bit. And Liam Williams is very capable of doing that. Whereas Demetrius Andrade has to box, keep him outside the jab, pick him off as he's coming in. And Demetrius Andrade is very capable of doing that. You know, so the two game plans to win a fight is what I just said, I think, in my opinion. And it's just a matter of who can pull that game plan off to the best of their ability. And I think that the both of them is well able and capable of pulling those game plans off. So it would be a very, very interesting fight. I think it would be a close fight. But, you know, I would love to see that fight. I think it'll be a great one.
Final one before I let you go, Jay. All these names I mentioned, sort of fighting in and around world titles, and you're sort of on the way up there. Is there any particular champion you're looking at and thinking, this is a guy that I will probably be facing down the line? Is there any particular route you're thinking of, or is it a case of anybody, whichever ranking allows me?
To be honest, and I'm not saying this because of the money or because of the stature of the fight or anything like that there. You know, I'm a middleweight fighter. As I said, whenever I go out of this game, I want to have tested myself with the best. I want Canelo Alvarez. You know, I want to get in there, I want to fight him, and I want to see how good he really is and how good I really am. And you know, I think that that's the fight that will it happen? Very possible. You know, I'm with Golden Boy, he's with Golden Boy. The way that Jimmy Munguia is there, I fight Jimmy Munguia, beat him. There's no reason why I can't fight Canelo right away after that there. So for me, I want Canelo Alvarez. I want to get in there with the best. I want to test myself with the best. And to become the best, you have to beat the best. And right now, Canelo is the best out there in the division. And I would love to share the ring with him and give him a taste of the old Irish spirit.
All right, Jay, I think I've kept you for just around 20 minutes there. So thank you so much for your time. Thanks for joining me. All the best. I'm sure we'll catch you very soon when we've got some fight news. Maybe Nettie Hearn's back garden. Who knows? But yeah, we'll catch you soon.
Never know. Never know. Good man. I appreciate the time. All right. All the best.